Okay, so the first thing I started to do was I did a private match on slow motion, and I worked on the setup and just tried to understand how to do it, and then I watched it back on the replay in normal speed, and that helped me a lot, but it still wasn't good enough because the game wasn't ever going to go slow motion. So I then decided, why would we keep doing that? So I came onto my custom training that I normally use. I set up a custom training that I could just breezy flick easily off. Did it from a bit further away so I could take my time with it and try getting into the top of the nets, because that was my overall aim, to get clean breezes. So I just kept practicing it, and for the first bit my audio I didn't actually record. You will see as soon as I hit my first breezy I do actually start recording my audio because I realised. Okay, right, so I only actually did 100 attempts. I am going to do another 100 later on, then another 100, and I'll probably do 500 attempts today. I feel like that's a good amount to try. We might do less, we'll see. We might do 250, I don't know. But we're going to do another 100, we're going to do another 100 attempts later. So we're going to do 50 now, and then we're going to have a little tiny break, like 5 minutes, come back, do another 50, and I'm just going to show you the best attempts of what I actually did, and cut out all the crappy ones like that. So I hope you enjoy, and this is my progress of a Breezi Flicks. Okay, so I wasn't actually recording my voice, and I just realised I just got a really good breezy. I was just practicing. I forgot to record some of it, but I hit a really good breezy into the top corner. Like, it was a bit sloppy at the start, but the ending was nice. So that's good. We're gonna keep doing these, and let's hope to God we can hit a good one soon. So I will be back when I am completely finished. Yes! I hit it again. I don't even know what to think that was, but that was good. Really good. Yes. Right, let's keep going. Whoa, it was close. It was close to being at the breeze. Getting the hang of it though, which is something I like. But we're gonna have to still keep trying. It's going well though. Definitely. I think we'll stop at 50 and get back to you. Oh, that was close. That's close. I just need to remember stuff like No! Okay, right. Don't pick that. I'm gonna go watch back the footage and see what I did right. And then we're gonna try learn it a bit more from that. Alright, so after watching the clips back of the good and bad Breezi Flicks, I found out there's 3 main points that are messing up my Breezi Flick constantly every time I go for it. The first is the musty. When I am doing the Breezi Flick, I'm not leaning far enough back when I'm musty, so instead of following through, I'm just kind of stationary. instead of how a musty should be. The second and last thing, to be fair, are the same-ish. They're both to do with the same thing, and they're both messing up the same thing, but I'm going to split them up into 2 points anyways. So the second one that I'm struggling with is the speed and the momentum I should have. Like, I always keep throwing my car past the ball or not near enough the ball, and then I can't actually execute the musty and hit it, so it just completely messes up the Breezy, which is something I need to avoid. And as I said, the final point is literally linked to this, and it's the same thing that's happening. So the final point is where I should have the ball on my car when I'm dribbling. Sometimes I have the ball too high on my hood, so the ball just goes straight up, and then it's too high to musty. Or sometimes I've got it too low, so I'm just musty flicking it on the ground, which isn't working. So to try and help and solve it, I looked at tons of Breezi Flicks done over the past year, and I've looked at how in each situation they set it up, and the speed and the momentum they had. And with all that said, it's time for the next 50.